So the question that we've been getting a lot, especially from first-time PTE test takers, is should I take IELTS, should I take TOEFL, should I take PTE, should I take OET? What's the difference? I have no idea which one is easier. So today I'm going to focus on the two main ones that people have been taking lately. Hey guys, welcome back. Alex here today, and we're coming up with a weekly PTE tip, or we're going to answer one of your most wanted questions every single week. So the question that we've been getting a lot, especially from first-time PTE test takers, is should I take IELTS, should I take TOEFL, should I take PTE, should I take OET? What's the difference? I have no idea which one is easier. So today I'm going to focus on the two main ones that people have been taking lately, which is IELTS. It's been around forever. Everybody knows IELTS. It's popular worldwide. And finally, PTE, which is kind of the new guy in town. It's only been around for a few years, and a lot of people believe that it's much easier. So is it actually easier? What's the major difference between IELTS and PTE? So in IELTS, the biggest thing is for each section, for your speaking, writing, reading, listening, you get marked individually. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm doing the first section of the IELTS exam, and let's say I just do the speaking section. And I'm doing the speaking section, the examiner is asking me questions, everything's going well, and then all of a sudden I'm not feeling well, I feel sick, and I have to leave. I cannot continue taking the exam. So I only did speaking, I didn't do reading, listening, or writing. So obviously whenever you get your result in the mail, basically you're going to get a score for your speaking. Maybe you get band 7 in speaking. So you get band 7, and then you get 0, 0, 0. Right? Why? Because obviously you didn't take the other sections. It's not fair to give you a mark. Now let's say you're taking the PTE exam. In PTE exam, your first section is speaking. So let's say I'm just doing the speaking section, and same scenario, I'm sick, I cannot continue to take the exam, I leave for whatever reason, and I didn't finish the other sections. When I get my result 2 or 3 or 4 days later, even though I just did speaking, I will get marks in the listening and the reading section as well, for example. So how is that possible? How come you're just doing the speaking section, you get marks in other sections as well? The main reason is that all the modules in PTE are connected, right? So that's the major difference in IELTS. Those of you that have taken IELTS before, if you're watching this video, there's a good chance you have. I bet you anything, if I was to guess what was your lowest mark or one of your lowest marks, it's probably writing. Why? Because writing, there's a lot of human discretion to deduct marks or to, penalize you for certain mistakes, right? Let's say you're from India and your examiner is from Pakistan. Right? They're probably not going to like your name. They're probably going to deduct a few marks. Let's say they don't understand your handwriting. All these little things add up. But the point being, writing is probably your lowest mark or one of the lowest marks. In PTE, it's a computerized based test. So there's no human being interfering with your exam or marking your paper. Meaning it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Indian, Pakistani, Nepali, Brazilian, South America. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, it's just your work. It all gets marked the same way, regardless of where you come from, right? So the computer is not biased. It doesn't have an opinion. It doesn't really care where you're from. It marks everybody the same way. This is the main difference. Another reason is, let's say you're really weak in reading, right? In IELTS, if you're weak in reading, it's hard to compensate by that. But in PTE, let's say you're weak in reading, there's a lot of other sections where you get marks in reading where you can make up the difference. For example, if my vocabulary is not so good in the reading section, and in the fill in the blanks I don't do so well, I can actually get a lot of reading marks from the other questions, like read aloud and speaking, like summarize written text in writing. There's a lot of other questions that give you marks in reading. So point being, first of all, if you're one of those people that gets nervous in front of people, computerized test is the way to go. Because you're just by yourself with the computer doesn't care, obviously it's not as nerve-wracking. Second point being, if you're really weak in one particular section, on the exam you can overcompensate in PTE by applying and performing well in the other sections as well, so you can overcompensate. And finally, the thing that I mentioned is that if you guys are taking, or if you are considering taking PTE or IELTS and you're confused, you're not sure which one to pick, my recommendation would be take the PTE exam. It's still much easier than IELTS. A lot of people are getting band 8 in PTE, and in IELTS, I know native English speakers who teach English, they cannot get 8 in each in IELTS. So if you're asking me as a teacher which one I prefer students take, is PTE, because it's much easier. You can kind of cheat a little bit and punch one level above what you deserve. So PTE is 100% the way to go for now. although they do start to change things. If you guys have any more specific questions, please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, let me know what you thought, and you feel free to ask any questions you have in the comment section below or message me on Facebook. I personally answer all the questions. I will personally give you advice, so hope to see you guys soon. Stay tuned.